back like cook crack. Sorry to use that reference. Say no to drugs. Crack is whack. I hope you like part one. I kind of was getting into it real crazy, and just peep the breakdown of that and pay attention. Stay woke. All right. Women who either don't like oral done to them or don't really care for it. The mindset. There's always catches. It's always an exception to the rule. So, first of all, this is spooky. Because for the most part, if their mindset is about it, I'm sorry, I get the impression that they don't want to do it either. It's an exchange of pleasure. You do me, I do you. If you don't care if I don't do you, I feel like in a lot of cases, they don't really want to do it either. Now, women are socially aware, and if they listen and pay attention around them, they know how important that is for fellas. So I don't know what guy you're gonna get. This is not to bash, but I gotta like drop the hammer real quick. Ladies, if this is your mindset, I don't know what man you're gonna keep. Because you could get by for a little bit and just do the bare minimum of it. And if he's that into you, he could paint a picture and be able to deal. But eventually this is gonna get exposed. I don't know no long-lasting relationship unless he's not faithful. Sorry. Where this half-ass oral or not really energetic on the oral, it's not a good look for you, ladies. I mean, I don't want to sugarcoat shit, right? I can keep it a stack. Do you want to know this or you don't give a fuck? You're not gonna make it with this half-ass oral, half-ass attitude about it. You can't deflect because you don't want it done to you, so you feel like that's fair and square, that you don't have to do it, or you barely have to do it, or you don't have to really go all out on it. You're gonna fucking lose your man, or he's gonna step out. This is just a harsh reality, biologically. I couldn't sugarcoat this one, I'm sorry. And this might be the promo too. Let's see. It's part 2 though. You gonna have to wait a few for that. Seriously though. And women, whoever has a platform out there or choose to comment on this, stand your ground with your stuff. Because there's things that women are that stern about as well. But I'm just telling you, this is an easy all around the board thing. 99.9% of guys feel this way. Will they keep it a buck? Will they speak up about it when they're in the situation like this? Maybe not. But they're gonna, guys, we're weird, we're different. We just do us. Sometimes we won't bring that to the table to discuss. Or maybe we have and it hasn't been received. Or it's like talking to a wall. Sorry to say. Women are very, let me tread light. I'm not going to all the way kill y'all. Once they have a certain mindset or something, really sitting there and trying to talk it out could be pointless. Women are not really open-minded. The more mature they get, the older they get, whatever's happened to them, whatever their experiences were, sometimes it's hard to break. And they got to feel it to really see that you're not going to get away with that. I don't know if I'll get canceled. I don't know if I won't be liked much. But I got to give y'all the raw shit on this one. You cannot, I'm going to stress it again, you cannot survive a fulfilling, long-lasting relationship with a guy if this is you. This half-ass energy, you don't want it done to you, you don't want to do it, you're not gonna, it's gonna be very hard for you. It's gonna be very hard. And again, men do them, they just do them. So you're not gonna get a heads up, ladies. You really may not get a heads up or a clue. He's just gonna do him, or get rid of you. That's all I can say on that, man. I'm even giving y'all a moment to really embrace that. Because you've been getting over, or you think you've been getting over it for this long. There's no other breakdown of it. I mean, the exception to the rule would be the very few 0.0001 of women who don't want it done to them or don't care for it that goes all out. They're there, but I don't know them. If that's the case, you good. You good. If honestly you could give all that intensity, going back to part 1, and you don't care if it's done to you, I'm not sponsoring these motherfuckers. I just needed some water. Then fine. Good luck to you though. Tell me how that works out for you. Again, comments on this. If women disagree or feel away, let me know how that works out for you. Seriously. It's bananas. All right. Women age and want us to slow down the same time and the same way as them. I'm taking this from a platform. I've shouted them out plenty of times. It's inspirational to me, though. I do agree for the most part that men or women are different in this aspect and regard. Women are born with their beauty. So, the early 20s, I'm gonna close the gap. 18 to 24, for the most part, is a woman's best time of their life to try to get what they want. Hopefully there's, no kids in that time frame. Not saying there's something wrong if you did, all the way, but I ain't gonna bash you. 18 to 24, youth and fertility, right? So, that alone tells you a clue at why we're not the same, and unless we as men choose to have an expiration date on our options, you can't use this statement. But anyway, 18 to 24 for women. Men, our prime is later, because unless we were born with success and money in the family, we take a while to build that. And it takes maturity to build that. So, very rare 18 to 24 males are situated. Feel me? And that's what's attractive to women. That's what builds man's confidence too. So, if we take a while, let's say late 30s, 35 to 42, men are at their best then, most likely. If they're going to get to their best or on the road to it. So, a 35 to 42-year-old man ain't the same as a 35 to 42-year-old woman, by no means. She may still have done things to preserve her youth. She took care of herself health-wise. Maybe she only had one kid or none. I'm not gonna put a number. If you had kids, whatever. But that's not the same as when you was 18 to 24, ladies. You can hold on. You could do damn good for yourself. You can still be hot. And a hot commodity, a hot item. But it's not the same. So when women want men to settle down because they settle down, that's not how it works. We come out the game when we ready. When we find someone valuable enough in our eyes, not always the smartest choice, because that could have been a representative shown, but when we find someone that we deem as special, something else in part 1, we will. So, it's not an age thing. It's not even a moral thing. It's we chose, okay, we've had enough. We know what all of this feels like. We good right here. We could chill out. It's a decision that we have to come to on our own, organically and naturally. So I'm sorry. I can't stand behind this statement of women want us to slow down at the same time and the same way as them. It's just not going to happen. I think age and experience slows women down, and harsh realities and how cold the world is forces their hand. Maybe I may have to take that back. I'm not editing that shit, but I'm gonna give y'all a little sugary coating on that. Y'all might biologically slow down because y'all really don't want to play the field, ladies. Maybe you don't want to be about that life. But I do know that age does factor in how long you think you could get away with that shit. Or you know you missed your window and now you on that type of time because it's later in life and you like, fuck it, I'm going to just enjoy and do what I do. If I don't get someone solid or get my knight in shining armor, I'm going to just do me. But that comes from experiences and whatever's happened in that said person's life. But nah, it don't happen on your terms, ladies. Sorry. It happens when the guy chooses you and feels like, okay, I'm good now. Grasp that, please. That's the only natural way it happens. Women are great spot fillers. Different guys and girls for specific reasons. This is just something they're able to do. Now, I'm not saying they all do this, but it's fucking amazing. So, guys, I'll expose us a little bit. Whatever, it's pretty much flat squared, like honest. Whatever women we interact with, we could like their company and just like to be around that energy. But for the most part, it's to eventually gain access to the vajayjay. I'm sorry. Most guys, whatever women they interact with, I'm talking about on any type of consistent basis. Or even if it ain't consistent, that's the sad part. Like, it's not even sad. It's just real. It don't even have to be consistent. Once a month, once a year, once every 6 months. Whatever interaction you have with females, fellas, keep it a stack. It's to eventually gain access. Unless it's a relative or there's a more concrete reason why you know this person or they're, interact with you. That's very few. But that's that with the females. With the guys, we try to find like-minded fellows because having guy friends is masculine and needed. The older you get, the smaller that number get, but you still need your few group of guys you can go to. And like I said, similar like, they're go-getters, they're ambitious, and they go through shit that you go through. Because that's fellas who you really need to be venting to when you have issues. I'm not going to go, because that's a whole nother topic to say you can't go to your lady. But your fellas, your male friends are the guy. If they're real, that's who you're supposed to go to with your problems. So we get advice from them. We tell our issues. We help them with theirs. It's a fair exchange if you have a tight circle, right? So that is the breakdown for men and whoever's around them. Women, though, is vicious because they can have guys around. I call this the very few for just access. It could be. It don't gotta be though. Women that have men around just to validate them, just to give them like attention and like kind of be like a boyfriend, but not. You minus the physical. Financial. Entertaining. Feeding. I'm not saying all women. Spot fillers like a motherfucker. The females they choose maybe look hotter than them, get them access and status to places. Even though women don't even realize, it don't matter. You could be in a circle of werewolves and gorillas and you still could have access to events. Someone will still offer to buy you a drink. Someone will offer to pay your way. So you don't even realize the power you possess, or maybe you do and you just naive. So that's why it's more dangerous with the spot filler thing, because their motive is so sporadic. You know, they may have these friends for this season, and then winter, they ain't cool, and then fall, they cool again. So just pay attention to these people who do, to the women that do this, have spot fillers, and try to dodge that, especially the fellas. Girls, y'all got to work that out. You know, if you have a female that just uses you, you got to figure it out. Y'all got to do that. I don't know how to help you detect that, but I know how to help the guys. And maybe that's bad on my part. I should do some research or some care more to help you girls not waste your time with females who are not really your friends, who are just keeping you around for whatever reason. But you got to be aware, man. Pay attention. But the guys, I'm going to try to help because y'all don't be knowing. And then y'all have your own motive too. So guys be around and they know they being used, or they know it's a spot filler, but they just want hit that bad, and they think that they can just hold on a little bit and I can hit. Avoid that, fellas. I got to go. So watch out for women who keep people around for just spot fillers, right? And for motives. Okay. Audiobook. The Way of the Superior Man by Deida. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing it right. Deida. Check that out. I thought that was dope. Both men and women, this is a point that stood out for me. Both men and women deal with masculine and feminine. Let me run through it real quick. What that means, what I interpret that as, is that men both act masculine and feminine, and women both act masculine and feminine. Do I necessarily agree with this? Maybe I have a debate on that. But even if it's true, it's bad for both sexes. I don't think that men and women should have both. I think men should be masculine, women should be feminine. But that's in a perfect world. So there are a lot of people that do fall under this umbrella. The thing is, if it is what it's going to be, men, you need to suppress as much of that feminine energy that you may have. That shit better 001. That has to be displayed and used almost never. But if it's there, it's there. Because again, it's not a perfect world. Women, if you have that masculine shit, get that shit. I know you're going to argue this point more and better. Because women are forced into masculinity when they have to take care of a house by themselves. Take care of the kids by themselves. Earn. I get it. You have a better argument there. But I still need you to suppress as much of that as you can. So you won't be but I need you to be under 10%. If you got to hold it down, you got to hold it down. Sometimes that does require masculine energy. So I'm giving y'all a little window here. I'm giving you a little pass. I understand some women's masculine behavior, but I can never understand men's feminine behavior. Never. Let's just come on, cut it the fuck out. We had bad times. I go back to where you're supposed to have your friends to talk about that. But I need you to get rid of your fucking feminine energy. I'm sorry. There's no need and no place for it. It's not natural. Sorry. No sugarcoating on that end. Women, I understand a little bit. But that was one of the key points from this book. Check it out, The Way of the Superior Man. I'm done with that. David, Deida. Health tip. Real quick for my gym people. Smith machine versus doing it on your own. Now, don't let people fool you. I don't know if I said it already. I'll say it again. Don't let people mislead you, not fool you, into thinking that the Smith machine means nothing or don't count. It don't count for the numbers that you got, but it counts as far as what it does to your body and how it makes a difference versus somebody who don't work out at all. So don't get that twisted. But you want to eventually level up. You choose when you level up, but you want to get to the point where you need a gym, if you have gym memberships, where they have free weights, because you want to eventually get to that as your norm. So you can build up on Smith machine, or when you can't get to the free weights. If your hand is forced, you can't get there, you can't get there. The Smith machine is going to still do your numbers. You're still going to feel like, still going to build strength. You're still going to get somewhere, right? So you go when you have to, right? But on your startup, you can rock out with the Smith machine for 6 months or whatever. But eventually mature to free weights. Because if free weights become the norm and the regular, you will see a huge difference. I gotta keep it as a bean on that. It is a huge difference if you only do free weights. Still do your calisthenics if you can, and you should be all right. All right? So till the next time, stay safe. I'll holla. Thanks for joining.
You hear the voice of reason.